everybody. We're in Ocala, Florida today, visiting with Clark Montgomery, learning a little bit about what he's got going on down here, his new ventures, and seeing how Florida's going. Nice to have you today, Clark.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So
Nice to have you here.
I'm glad to be here in the sun. We haven't seen much of that in Kentucky lately, so being able to shed a few layers is nice. So why don't you tell everybody what you're doing now? We haven't seen you in a little bit.
Yeah, so
we miss you up in Kentucky.
Yeah, I took a position working for a facility called Apex Equestrian in Apex, North Carolina, just outside of Raleigh. It is just show jumpers, and we have sale horses, competition horses, and a small number of clients.
That's great. So how long are you guys going to be down here in Florida?
We're going to be here at least through March, maybe a little bit into April, and then in April, but sometime in April we'll head back up to North Carolina.
How do you feel about taking a step away from the eventing world? I know past couple of years you've been focusing a little bit more on the show jumping.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean it's always a sport that I've admired and wanted to get more involved into, and I tried to do it, along with my eventing horses, and just found that was being difficult, and so I reached a lot of goals in eventing, and always liked change, and so I thought that I just kind of jumped in the deep end, but I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah. Do you have any special horses you want to tell anybody about right now? Anything that's really catching your eye? And
yeah, we have some young ones coming up. I mean, right now we're kind of in a rebuilding phase, so I think that I'm not sure that there's really anything special in the terms of that we're going to keep for our competition horses yet. But the funny thing is with developing horses that sometimes they one that you're not really sure is going to be a top Grand Prix horse develops into one, and you don't sell that one. But there certainly are some really nice horses, just not totally sure if they're going to be competition horses that we keep.
Mm-hmm. And how's everything going down here in Ocala? You've got two different venues you guys get to go show in now, and
yeah,
how are you guys splitting your time?
Hits and WEC. So far, I've only been over at WEC, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's a great addition to the Ocala show scene, and the competitions have been for me been good so far. We had a week off this week. Actually, I'm going over there to coach, and then we're going to go back to WEC again for a couple weeks. The last week of January, 1st of February, and then take another little break, and then maybe do some more shows at Hits as well.
So I know a question we like to ask a lot of folks when we're talking with them, because it's something I think people are interested in. What do you like to look for in a young horse, that the potential that they may be a great one? What's something that you really strive for when trying to help people pick out young horses to develop?
Well, it kind of depends on what age exactly you're thinking of young horses. I mean, let's say like a 4 or 5 year old. You're assessing as best you can their ability to jump. Although, like I just said, sometimes an older 8 or 9 year old develops that you never thought would have that scope to do Grand Prix. And it also depends on what level you're trying to find. But say if you're trying to find an actual Grand Prix horse, you're looking for a good brain, something that is brave but not too careful, or not brave but not uncareful. So and has that scope and ability. I mean, it's tough. I mean, you really try to personally, if you're trying to find a Grand Prix horse, I would say trying to shop for a 7-year-old, because you're already jumping at a level that gives you the best kind of idea of what it really is going to be able to do.
Super. Why don't you tell everybody how we started working together? It's been several years now. I don't even know how long.
Yeah.
Well, I guess since you guys have been back in the States.
Yeah, and then we just moved to Lexington, and I can't remember if I contacted you. I think I contacted you and heard about the company, and we started working. It's been the best feed I've had my horses on, bar none. It's been the most consistent, and I think that's down to you guys, locally sourcing all your grains and having the one mill, is that right? That produces all the feed. So every bag that I've gotten over the years has been You truly can. You know, a lot of feed companies like to say that once you kind of like say quote unquote load a horse, that you can back off. I've never found that until I've been on hallway, and it's been we've really been able to do that. So.
And we've worked together all across the country, basically now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Kentucky to Texas, back to North Carolina, now in Florida. So, yeah.
So it's been a great relationship. I know we've really appreciated working with you guys. What can you tell anybody to look out for you guys in the future? Anything exciting coming up, or heading back to North Carolina probably this summer?
Yeah, you know, like I said, it's kind of hard to, you know, have that big outlook, you know, exciting outlook, you know, thing coming up, because we're just kind of rebuilding. I mean, it's a new job, it's a new sport for me, you know.
And a funky year last year.
What's that?
And a funky year last year.
Yeah, exactly, with COVID and everything. So, you know, and it's still going to be a little bit funky this year, but you know, I think that hopefully you'll start seeing me, you know, more regularly in Grand Prix, you know, just you know, here on the East Coast, and you know, having some exciting sale horses as well.
Do you guys have an idea of where shows go back to North Carolina? I'm assuming.
Yeah, you know, so we'll definitely do Tryon, Kentucky, you know, maybe some stuff in New York, you know. Yeah, so, you know, I think, you know, all the regular shows, nothing too far or international yet.
Yeah. Well, super. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate working with you guys and your loyalty to Hallway Feeds.
No, thank you.
Thank you.